Hey, we have a customer. Behave. Good evening, and welcome to Le Café de l'Au-delà. As you can see, the place is quite empty, so take a seat wherever it pleases you the most. I'm sorry, what? Yes. I can see you as clear as day and hear you loud and clear. From the look on your face, I'd bet that you've never encountered a clairvoyant before. Please, don't mind those two. They have a thing for the dramatic, and they've been quite sulky these past few days because of the weather. They don't enjoy flying under the rain, understandably so. And now they complain, just like teenagers, because they can't go out. But please, take a seat. The ravens. What about them? Well, this cafe is quite strange in itself, so having a pair of big black birds with me isn't that unusual. They came with the place, actually. Hugin and Munin, they're called. But the more I talk and the more confused you look. I'm sorry. Questions? I can answer any of them to the best of my abilities. That is, how can I see ghosts? I guess not being human helps. I do look like one, yes, and I'm very good at it. Pretending to be one, I mean. What am I then? I should probably introduce myself. I apologize. I rarely meet lost souls and... Yes, lost souls. That's you. You've never encountered a clairvoyant and you seem, well, lost. I bet you don't know why you are a ghost in the first place and what you should be looking for. See? Told you. But let me introduce myself first. My name is Annabel, owner of Le Café de l'Au-delà, the Afterlife Cafe. And I am a psychopomp. You know what those are, don't you? Good. One less thing to explain then. You didn't know that psychopomps could own cafes? Well, technically we don't. We just fetch souls and bring them to the afterlife, but I've been on cafe duty for the past 1, 2, 3, 10, 50. Well, a very long time, that's for sure. How come? It's my punishment for doing something wrong in the past. You know, when you are a psychopomp, sometimes you feel almighty and powerful, and you get too confident. You think the rules are not meant for you, and you kill too many humans, and then the big boss isn't happy about it. And exactly, you end up in the mortal world, tending to a cafe. No, I am not going over that story again. Don't mind them, please. These two? No, they are no common ravens indeed. They can travel between worlds, actually. Very useful, especially if you are stuck, like me, in one of them. Well, that's part of my punishment. I'm stuck here, can't leave the place. If I do, I vanish, which is not ideal. And Hugin and Munin here help me keep in touch with what's happening elsewhere and deliver messages to and from other psychopomps. Oh, yes, there are other just as stubborn as I am, and we all get punished. A cousin of mine actually tends to a bath somewhere in the human world too, though her concept is quite different from mine. She takes care of the living when I take care of, the dead. Which is what I'll do immediately. I'm sure you figure out by now that this place is quite unique. It only allows souls of those who passed inside. The living, they can't see the café. Instead, they face a brick wall. Or, if they do come in, well, that means that they're about to die. I know, ominous, isn't it? But my colleagues love it when it happens because it means that they can have a little snack and hot beverage before going to the afterlife. But that's not all. My job is to serve the dead and make their time between words as enjoyable as possible. Because that's what being a lost soul is. Wandering between two worlds. You're dead, but not quite. There's something that keeps you from letting go of this realm and joining the afterlife. There's something you need to do, that you need to resolve before leaving this place once and for all. And this is where I come in. I can help you figure out what it is. How? Easy, with my coffee. The ones I brew are special, just like this place. They make you feel again, something quite difficult for a ghost. I'm sure you've experienced that. Slowly but surely, you feel less and less. No more fear, no more worry. But that also means that you do not feel joy, happiness, lust, hope, peace. And I'm sure that must be quite dreadful, is the word, yes. So, for ghosts who spend too much time in this world, or just enjoy staying here, and have no desire to join the afterlife, they... Oh yes, believe me, those exist. I actually have a couple of loyal customers here. A World War II veteran. Well, not a veteran. I mean, he was killed on the battlefield, so... A kind soul, despite all the horrors he'd seen. There's also a famous writer. I'm sure you know of her, even if you haven't read her books. Let's see... a hint? Ah, yes. It was on a dreary night of November that I beheld the accomplishment of my toils. Shelley, yes. A connoisseur, I see. I like that. But the topic of books will be discussed another time. Shelley has been coming here for the past century or so. Why? Because she wants to keep writing. And I'm not sure one can do that in the afterlife. But being able to write, or I should say, write something meaningful and beautiful, requires one to feel. That is why she comes here as often as she can, to feel and then write. Who else? I got you curious, didn't I? There's this noble French woman decapitated during the Revolution. She's quite the character. Still can't believe the monarchy in France is, well, dead and gone. I guess that's why she came here, to England. But you're the guest today, Lost Soul. You are in the spotlight. And so I shall focus on you and only you. Tell me, what emotion would you like to feel today? I know, hard question. But remember that you can always come back another day to feel something else and new. This place never closes, and now that you know where it is and what it does, you'd be surprised. Not all ghosts want to feel happy. Some prefer to feel sadness. I know it's a bit cliche, but there's something quite powerful and seductive in despair. A pit you know very well, too well sometimes. A place you can find comfort in because it feels like home. Just like the month of November, my favorite of the whole year. Why? Because of the cold rain, the wind howling against the windows, nature going back to sleep, night falling down earlier every single day. The quietness of death feels so nostalgic to me, I guess because of my job. And sometimes sadness is closely related to a fond memory, bittersweet as you would call it. Sometimes ghosts revel in despair. They feast on pain, gloom, and melancholy. Most don't get that, but I do, and I'm not here to judge. Never. I'm just here to help dead souls feel. That is all. It could be any emotion, yes. Just pick one that is meaningful to you. If it helps, just tell me a memory you enjoy going back to, someone you miss, a place you loved, a song you would listen to every single day, a movie you enjoyed watching at a particular time of year, an event you could not miss. Just let your mind flow. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just what you want, what is important to you and no one else. You do not have to please anyone. It's not a competition nor a test. It's just you and your memories. And I promise, no judgment, no mockery, nothing. Just me listening to you. I see. Well, now it is my time to shine. Thank you for entrusting me with this memory of yours. From the tone of your voice and your gaze, I can tell it's really important to you. So, I thank you for sharing it with me. Do I love my job? Well, it's a punishment, so a part of me hates it and would prefer to be back roaming the world and bringing souls to the afterlife. But another one just enjoys the moments I spend here with ghosts, listening to their stories, helping them feel emotions long lost. It's very fulfilling. Hearing of places I can't go to, towns I'll never see again. It helps a little with being stuck here. This memory you told me about. It's maybe the key for you to leave this world and go to the next. I do not have the answer, but maybe you should dig in this direction. And in the meantime, you are more than welcome here, of course. Anytime, any day. I'll always be happy to see you. If I could brew myself an emotion, what would it be? Well, I don't know if I should say. All right, that's fair. You told me yours, I'll tell you mine. But be prepared. It's a bit cheesy, so no making fun of me, okay? There's this place, my happy place, by a lake, surrounded by mountains and forests. No living human soul nearby, just nature and a house, an old house with wood cracking inside, with an old stairway covered by a rug, a fireplace in the living room, a room full of books only, a personal library filled with knowledge and a myriad of adventures, an attic full of memories, antiques, photographs of people I've never known but who I've always wanted to meet, a kitchen so clean you could eat off the floor, a garden full of flowers, trees, fruits and vegetables. I can hear laughter, long evening conversations by the fireplace, or just pure silence. This place, I long to see it again. What do I feel when I think about it? Just like I told you earlier, happiness, but also a drop of sadness. Melancholy that grips you by the throat, makes you tear up, tremble. Sometimes even just scream out of fear it doesn't exist anymore, that it had been lost. Nostalgia in its purest form. That's something I would want to feel if I couldn't anymore. And that's your drink. But before you drink it, my deepest condolences. Well, you passed not so long ago, did you? I bet it's not easy, especially now that you are lost in between two realms. So I joked a bit and talked a lot, but it doesn't mean I do not care about you and your feelings. After drinking your coffee, you'll probably get a glimpse at what needs to be done for you to move on. But it will take a little bit of time, if not a lot, depending on what you need to do. So this place is here for you, if you need anything. Advice, silly jokes, conversations, silence, cake, coffee. I'm here to help. Good, I'm glad. Now, drink. And please, enjoy. And don't mind me, alright? Just surrender to the feelings that will engulf you. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, laugh. If you want to scream, scream. The place is yours, and I'll never judge. Remember that. So please, be yourself. Just be.